Well, if, and that's a big if Tesla were to build its billion-dollar battery plant here in New Mexico, where would it go? Well, some of Albuquerque's leaders say they know just the spot.
And they say the spot would be mutually beneficial for both the company and the Albuquerque community. City Council President Ken Sanchez is set to present a memorial at tonight's meeting about why Tesla should choose Albuquerque's west side for their plant. He says the 50,000 acres of Atrisco land grant property is more than enough to meet Tesla's 500 to 1,000 acres. The land is also close to I-40, a vital corridor the company will need.
The West Side, I believe, is the final frontier for growth and development in this great city, and I just feel that we are ready for this type of industry here on Albuquerque's West Side.
Lawmakers have set aside more than $16 million for public infrastructure and job training. New Mexico is one of 4 states being considered for Tesla's new plant. Today, the city of Rio Rancho is expected to swear in its new mayor. Gregory Hull was voted in as mayor last week. He took 65% of the vote in a special runoff election. Former Mayor Michael Williams only got 35%. Neither candidate got the 50% they needed in the March election, which is what forced the runoff. Well, police in Albuquerque say a man who was found with an arsenal of bombs at his home has a grudge against them and the government.
And this morning we have learned that man is out of jail. This all started last Tuesday when the bomb squad closed off blocks around Cole and Buena Vista Southeast. Investigators say they started looking at Adrian Griego last month after a domestic violence call. And they say last week they found explosive materials and learned Griego had told others that he hated cops and had been making bombs for the last year and a half. Officers say they also found a box with powder, a fuse, and a container with ball bearings in it. Mr. Griego is now charged with possession of an explosive or incendiary device. Well, we now know more about a popular store getting its credit and debit card system hacked, and we know what happened with the stores right here in New Mexico. Michaels is finally talking about a huge security breach, confirming hackers used high-tech malware to steal credit and debit card info. About 2.6 million cards may have been compromised since last May. The company has put out a list showing the stores that were targeted and when. This includes ones in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. You can find that full list at KRQE.com. 5:33 now. An elderly man from Albuquerque who was missing for 3 days this weekend is safe this morning, and he should be back with his family soon.
The 87-year-old was spotted near the Rio Grande, 2 counties away. Roger Houghton, who suffers from dementia, had made it all the way to Socorro County in his car. New Mexico State Police say he was found yesterday. State Police searched for 3 days. State Police say that an employee on a passing train noticed Houghton waving at the train and directed law enforcement on how to find the remote area of the county that the man was in.
And it's real rural in that area. You know, we have fields, ditches, and it's near the Bosque, the Rio Grande Bosque, so it is a remote area.
Police say Houghton had no injuries but was found dehydrated. Hundreds of New Mexicans are objecting to a water rights settlement between the state and 4 pueblos. Residents say that they are being asked to sign off on an incomplete contract and give up water without having their questions answered. The 2010 settlement establishes water rights for the pueblos. It's a case that actually stretches back more than a half a century. There's a new program aimed at helping teachers identify kids who are dyslexic in hopes of increasing reading levels in the state. The program at New Mexico State University includes graduate courses for students pursuing a master's degree in special education. Community teachers wanting to increase their skills can also take the classes. Experts say teachers need to understand how a child develops language and literacy so they can better help students who are struggling.
A new state law set to go into effect this summer will require schools to stockpile medicine to treat students suffering from severe allergy attacks. According to the Albuquerque Journal, some schools are actually worried about this because they could get sued if something goes wrong. The part of the bill that would protect districts from these kinds of lawsuits did not make it into the final version and therefore the law. The law does go into effect in July, and it allows school nurses to give kids medicine even if they do not have a prescription for it. Well, at 10 o'clock this morning, Albuquerque public school leaders are set to break ground on a new school in the southwestern part of the city. It's going to go near 118th Street near Dennis Chavez Boulevard, and it'll be for kids in pre-K through the 8th grade. The district has not said when the school will be done. Elizabeth?
Some sad news getting a lot of attention on KRQE.com. Former UNM regent and car dealer Don Chalmers has lost his battle with cancer. He did that on Easter Sunday. He lost his battle with cancer. Chalmers moved to New Mexico in the mid-90s, setting up car dealers in Rio Rancho and Santa Fe. He served as a board member for a number of community groups. He was appointed to the UNM Board of Regents in 2005 before stepping down last year. Chalmers' family is still making funeral arrangements. UNM President Bob Frank said in a statement that the university benefited from Chalmers' thoughtful advice and energetic enterprise.